Guest, Caleb, spins a wild tale about living between two realities. Shadow figures lurking since childhood, showdowns with dark entities, and a dramatic plea to God after nearly offing himself. He's supposedly tangled with the Hat Man, scrapped with some stag-headed deity called Sir No-Nose, and faced down forces that thrive on fear and chaos. Tony laps it up, framing it as some cosmic battle in the second heaven, a term they toss around like it's gospel truth, implying it's a spiritual war zone between light and darkness shaping our world. Sounds gripping, like a blockbuster script. But here's the rub. It's all storytelling with zero substance. And pushing it as fact is where it crosses into reckless territory. All right, let's dive into episode 738 of the Confessionals, titled Warfare in the Second Heaven, hosted by Tony Merkel. This episode dropped on March 11, 25, just a couple days before today, March 13, 2025, and it's got people talking. Some nodding along. Others rolling their eyes so hard they might strain something. I'm in the latter camp, and here's why I think this episode, and like a lot of what Merkel churns out, is a steaming pile of nonsense that needs to be called out. What grinds my gears most is the irresponsibility of it. Tony's platform, the Confessionals, has a loyal following. People who trust him to sift through the weird and deliver truth. Episode 738 doesn't just entertain. It postures as profound insight into hidden forces. Caleb's near-suicide story gets weaponized to sell this narrative. I beg God. He showed me this war. It's emotional bait, tugging at vulnerable listeners who might be struggling themselves, telling them their pain ties into some epic, unprovable spiritual conflict isn't just bullshit. It's exploitative. It's not truth-seeking, and it's fear-mongering dressed up as enlightenment. Tony's no stranger to this game. He's been churning out episodes 873 and counting, blending cryptids, UFOs, and spiritual warfare with a preacher's zeal. Here's a take on Caleb's claim from episode 738 of the Confessionals, where he boasts about chatting with God like they're old Paul swapping stories over a beer. Or as you put it, like he's ringing him up on speed dial. Buckle up, because this guy's ego and absurdity deserve a proper teardown. So, Caleb's out here flexing his supposed hotline to the Almighty. According to him, it's not just prayers or quiet reflection. No, he's got God on a first-name basis, trading casual banter like they're buddies from way back. He says it with this smug confidence, like he's unlocked some divine BFF status the rest of us plebs can't fathom. Picture it. It's Caleb, guy. Saw that Hat Man again on Crazy Night, right? This isn't just a quirky faith flex. It's a full-on delusion that paints him as some chosen one. And it's as laughable as it is infuriating. Let's break this down. Most people, religious or not, see talking to God as a one-way street. You pray, you hope. Maybe you feel something back, you're lucky. It's humble, introspective, grounded in centuries of tradition. Then there's Caleb, acting like he's got a direct line, a cosmic FaceTime where God's just chilling, ready to shoot the breeze. He's not whispering hopes into the void. He's claiming God's picking up the phone, probably with, yo, Caleb, what's good? This guy's something else, an aggrandizing clown who thinks he's starring in his own spiritual sitcom. The arrogance alone is off the charts. Who hears this and doesn't gag? He's not just saying he feels close to God. He's implying he's got an exclusive VIP pass to the divine, chatting it up like they're planning a weekend barbecue. Meanwhile, the rest of humanity's stuck leaving voicemails. It's not faith. It's a power trip. He's draping himself in this holy glow to prop up his wild stories about shadow figures and stag-headed demons, as if God's co-signing his nonsense. What a complete idiot. And Tony Merkel, of course, eats it up. Doesn't challenge it, doesn't blink. Just lets Caleb ramble like this is normal. And that's the Confessionals way. No skepticism, just a megaphone for whatever lunacy the guest brings. Caleb's God's my bestie routine isn't profound. It's a red flag he's either grifting or unhinged. Both. And if he's got God on speed dial, why is he wasting time on a podcast instead of, solving world hunger with a quick call? This dude's not enlightened. He's a walking parody. And the fact he says it straight-faced makes it even dumber. What a joke. He's got a knack for making the absurd sound plausible, but it's all smoke and mirrors. No hard data, no critical pushback, just guests with wild stories and a host who nods along. Episode 738 is Peak Merkel, take a guy's unverified ramblings. Slap a biblical sounding label on it and call it a day. The man's not a journalist or a researcher. He's a storyteller cashing in on gullibility. This has to stop. Not because people can't enjoy a good ghost story. Hell, I love a creepy podcast as much as the next guy. But because peddling his reality blurs lines that shouldn't be blurred. And when you've got folks buying into shadow wars and demonic stag, gods without a shred of proof, you're not just entertaining, you're eroding critical thinking. Tony and his guests need to quit the chariot or at least admit it's fiction. Until then, and episode 738 and the rest of this circus are pure, unadulterated bullshit, and the curtain needs to drop.